Thanks for joining today. I wanted to have a conversation and talk about all things entrepreneurship. My journey started 4 years ago, all because of an accident and injury, which threw me out of my career and into where I am now today. But the greatest part of the thing is that I have more fun than I ever had in my entire life. I don't have to get dressed up and look amazing. I get to be at home and I get to be myself and I get to enjoy other people taking them on the journey. So today we talk about the journey and the mindset. The mindset is the biggest strategy here. Mindset's the key component to becoming an entrepreneur and just enjoying life. Every single day, most people want to start, don't know how, talk themselves out of it instead of saying, how do I start? Where do I start? So the beginning component for me was looking at a place to come to, a community to come to, and find some training that I could do in my own time. And I bet that's what you're after too. The biggest thing is a lot of people, a lady I just got off a phone call with, and she said a friend that she knows just paid $3,500 to do a 3-month course on social media. Holy shit, that's a lot of money. Before you go making any crazy decision, or if you are ever talking to anybody that's going to pay that kind of money, please have a chat with me straight away. Because as I said, book a call with me underneath here is let me talk to you about coming to the right place. So my journey began in 2018 from a bad injury that I had at work, and I put a post out on social media. For many years, I did multi-level marketing. So that kind of stuff doesn't generate you an income stream. And, if something happens to you, you're relying on that. But what we look at nowadays is leveraging social media and having a really high quality online business. And where do we learn those things? Pretty simple. It's in a social media training academy. So I first started while I was going through 4 surgeries in 1 year. I actually learned how to set up my social media pages, build a personal brand online, and actually start the journey while all that occurred. And my mum also wasn't very well at the time either. So we had her to look after in and out of hospital also. So there is seriously no excuse as to not have the right mindset to get started, because I did all of this while I was in major crisis point. But what it did was it gave me the deflection point from what was going on here and in here with, things that were going on in personal life to create a new change in my mindset. That's normally the first component why we start things, changing our mindset and how we can better our lives or create a better way of living. And it's about changing all your mindset strategies. One of the first amazing books I've ever read, which was in the entrepreneurial business here, is You're a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero. I also then looked at lots of other different amazing Audible books. Now, I am not a reader. I never went through school reading books. And I've never done it through my adult life either. So for me, the easy component of this was looking at Audible. And I love Audible because I can go for a walk down the street, I can go for a walk, I'll be out in the gardening, and I can listen to really inspiring books that really create the change for the mindset. I then actually all had to look at things like Atomic Habits. It's another really great book. And this is even as an entrepreneur, because I actually don't work anymore. I get to live a life that I choose to every single day of the week. I get to do what I want. But as an entrepreneur, I still need to focus on what's important. My personal development to help other people do the same thing. And that's actually creating habits every single day. So I have very specific days that I work online and other days that I don't. But you may think that I'm on there 24 hours a day. And that's the common thing that most people say, but I'm not. And this is where I've come to a place to learn. If I find people sitting there scrolling on social media, how many hours a day do you do that? You probably find an average one is 4 to 5 hours a day. And that's spread out from breakfast, lunchtime, afternoon, and evening. I'd love to know how many hours a day do you actually do that? If I could show you a way that you could monetize your social media and actually generate what we call a high ticket income by learning simple strategies and spending less time on social media and more time on focusing what's important to you in your life, would that interest you? Of course it would. You'd be crazy if you didn't. I know it did me. So when I first started learning this, I actually spent a whole year learning it, implemented the strategy, set up my social media pages. I had no skills whatsoever, certainly was not tech savvy. I had a good mouth, love to talk, as you would guess. But I've actually learned to do that in a better way. So the great part about it is coming to a place where it teaches these skills. Simple, easy, and fun, and there's no rocket science behind it. Even if you don't have a good smartphone, you can actually go and buy a new smartphone and you can get started in your first 30 days on learning how to use social media, how to set your social media channels up properly. Now, that's what one thing is the first part of our mindset strategy is showing people just the simple basic things on how to use social media properly and double checking, have you set your pages up properly? A lot of people fail because it's not done properly. In the first year, I paid for 4 or 5 other programs. And one was actually an in-person program, which I went up to Sydney and spent a week up there doing that with them as well. And they talked about scaling social media and doing different things. Now, what the biggest problem was that I found out there was the mindset strategy around all the people in the business in there. There was 110 people there. They just didn't know what they didn't know, which I thought taking these guys into a high structured training into social media without them knowing the underlying skill and key factors they should know on social media was fraught with danger. These people can potentially have their accounts closed. Now, you don't want to have things like that. Now, I hear that on people saying that on Facebook groups or on their pages, oh, I've lost my account, I've been blocked, this, that, the other. That's because you don't know what you don't know. Why not save yourself thousands of dollars? So tell me, are you about to launch a business or do you have a business? And often when I talk to someone, they say in their first year, they spent $10,000 on trying to learn all this stuff. Well, what if you could come to a place and spend $1,000 and learn it from the best in the business? And you have unlimited access for a whole year to be able to learn everything you need to. You have high-level masterclasses from the best people in the business. And on the 27th of this month, we have a 5-hour momentum masterclass by the best entrepreneurs in the business from around the globe, talking about everything social media, artificial intelligence, automation, and all sorts of things. Like, this is epic because it's all part of the one price. And so many people are spending and wasting thousands of dollars. But let's go back to mindset, because this is a big component of what I'm going to talk to today, is so many people say, oh, this is not for me. How do you know it's not for you until you come and see it? Because if I could tell you, all you have to do is be yourself. And this is what we teach people. You just get paid to be yourself. Talk about the things you love, what you love doing, and just be yourself. So for me, I love being in the garden. I do lots of gardening. I do photos and stories around my gardening. I build an audience around people who are gardeners. I'm a chef by trade. I'm not a chef anymore, but I do lovely cooking videos, share story posts, and always people say, oh, why do people always do things on, I'm just going to turn my phone off. Sorry about that. Why do people always do things and post up about food? Well, that is because people love food. Like, I'm a foodie. My love language is food. I love food. So I'll always talk about food. You'll see me feature restaurants that I go to. So I've been in the Australian Culinary Federation for over 10 years in far north Queensland, and used to run the chapters up there for years before I handed over to my friend Lisa. But, that's who I am, and that's my soul tribe, people who love food, love entertaining, love to be, uniquely you. I get to be myself. I've got my lovely fluffy hairdo today. But anyway, this is what I get to do, is just be myself. Now, if you could just be yourself and create an audience and bring people into your business around who you are and what you love, you attract your tribe, right? It's so true. Now, one of the first things when I remember watching this training and the master classes and getting my mindset into this space was, could I do this? Absolutely. Everybody can. There is no stopping you when you learn the simple skills and key foundations of having the right mindset. And implement little strategies every day to get you going and start you on your journey. Now, that's the most fun part about what I've loved. I get to experience all the fun in the journey that I go on, and I get to open a door to other people that may never get to experience this, But the great thing is everybody does come in and see this. I've just had some amazing women come into it just recently, have been watching me for years and said, oh my God, you're right. I don't have to reach out to people. I don't spam people. We don't send messages into people's messengers. I mean, don't you hate that? Every day of the week, I get people spamming my message box in Messenger, trying to sell me stuff all the time or trying to sell me their services. And this is actually what we teach people not to do anymore. That's actually the poor way of doing things, bad money mindset too. But money mindset was a really big one for me. I had to get around a lot of hurdles. I had to break a lot of my thought process. I had to get my mind into handling large volumes of money because I've never earned the kind of money that I do now online. It's very different. And I had to be also very grateful for everything that I do, because this is a part about gratitude and calling things into your universe. And the mindset around an abundance living is phenomenal. So all I'm going to do is invite you to come in, spend an hour and a half and come and see this yourself. It is the most incredible thing you'll ever experience. But the most amazing thing is you get to come and see this just for an introductory short offer for 30 days and make a decision if this is for you. Before you say, no, this is not for me, go and have a look at it and then make a decision. Because the Academy offers so much to everybody. The whole family can use it. Young children can use it. But wouldn't it be great to come into a place where you know that children can be taught how to use social media properly? That in itself should mean everything to you. If you have something that the whole family can use to learn new skills and how to love social media instead of hating it, that's your challenge today, to make a decision to change your mindset, to look at something that's going to change your life forever. Because the personal development has given me for my life has been invaluable. So with that being said today, I'm not going to hold you up for much longer. I'm going to let you make the decision. Do you want to know more about this? I'm going to place the details in here. Send me a personal message. Tell me what you want to do. Are you wanting to change your life? Because you're wanting to change your life and step out of the mindset you're currently in and really level up and just really believe in yourself. This is what the opportunity is. It's just incredible. So have a great day and let me change your mindset, because it's done it for me. And I know that everybody that I meet, I change their mindset. Have a great day. Bye for now.